what research shows is the more involved the audience is, the more involved we are in learning anything, the better we remember it, the better we're able to use it, the more it sticks, the longer it lasts. So you actually get more by doing more.
Everybody's probably had that friend or that family member where, you know, they hang out with and they just leave and they're super drained, they're tired all the time when you're around them. Or that coworker maybe that, you know, they're having a bad day and they sort of poison the environment that everybody has to work in. So that's contagious stress.
Assertiveness is important to self-care, yes? Yes. Okay, so you have to, you know, being assertive, practicing that. So for me, assertiveness is I'm going to take responsibility for my own needs, and I'm going to take responsibility and take care of it in a way that doesn't infringe on somebody else taking care of their needs. And if I'm really assertive, really good at this, I can get mine while I also help you get yours. Make sense? Okay? So that's kind of the next kind of little secret here, is to stay positive. All right? So mindset is really, really important. Whatever we focus on, we get more of. Has anybody ever experienced that? Yeah. So you go buy a car, and all of a sudden you see the same color, same make of car everywhere on the road, right? Weird thing. Did they just show up one day? No, they were always there. There's a part of our brain called the reticular activating system that is kind of like the bloodhound and the bouncer. If you tell it what's important, it'll go out and find it in the world. If I look for positive things in my life, I'm going to train my bouncer and my bloodhound to go out and look for that. Which is better? Positive or negative? Positive. Okay. So, how many people think they are pretty assertive? Okay, well, let's see.
You know, sometimes you can't always protect yourself. You can't always avoid certain scenarios, right? If work is toxic and you need to eat that month, then, you know, you might need to go to work. So what you can do is then try to balance it. You consciously and deliberately seek out positive and happy environments and people and spend more time around them.
This one is called You're Awesome. The person with the most hair is going to, you know, you can talk to your partner and say, you're awesome because, and pick something, okay? It could be, I like your height, I like your eyes, you look nice, looks like you took a shower today. Whatever it is, okay?
Because what happens is there's a certain class of neurons or brain cells that we have called mirror neurons. Their only job is to scan the environment and help us fit in. So if we're around positive, happy people, we're going to soak that up and we're going to start being positive and happy. And that's going to help to balance out or counteract some of the negative stuff we get exposed to through the week.
So there's a concept in psychology called behavioral disinhibition. So fancy
I like it
word.
already.
Yeah. So basically, if you see somebody else doing it, that opens up the possibility for you to do it too. So if you start to change and you start to do things in a different way, all of a sudden you're happier, you're more creative, you're more patient, your life is better. Maybe I should try that too. What did you learn from that one? What was that one like? Who wants to share? Yeah, we don't get very many compliments, right? Yeah. Right. So there's really no reason to not accept it, but it's really a habit. We have a habit of, you know, doing the emotional Aikido with the compliments, right? Getting out of the way. But we need to be able to let them land, give ourselves permission to accept them, and learn to let them in. Most people put one shoe on before the other, like consistently, like, you know, I put my right foot in first. So if you just consciously decide to do it the other way, do your left foot first. Even that is kind of weird, but it will start to open things up.
When you choose to live or make a decision based on you and not wait for outside forces to force you to do something, that is a true sense of power, true sense of control that you have over your life.
And the nice thing about this is it really does make you more open to any kind of change. Because what happens is when we go through change, it can feel like stress or it can feel like guilt or what, especially when you start changing patterns around like relationships and family and stuff like that, right? If you're in, you know, got a dysfunctional way of relating to like a spouse or a parent or whatever it is, and you start to put up healthy boundaries, it can feel really wrong. But when you do this other stuff, all these other little changes that are just different, they don't really mean anything, you get used to that feeling of, oh, ooh, this feels a little weird. But you understand it's not anything. It's like, it's just the feeling of change.
When you forgive, what you're doing is you're freeing yourself of that burden of having to carry around all that stress and tension all the time. Because, you know, you could walk into a room and you'd be having a good time, but you see that one person that, you know, did that thing to you, right? And then all of a sudden your whole day is ruined, right? They don't know, but you still have to carry it around. When you forgive, you let go of all that stuff.
Based on your voice, she says you should record a series of bedtime stories. And it would be so relaxing.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, what's interesting is